Hot price, 5 for $5. Fresh certified Angus beef top round steak, $6.99 per pound. King's Hawaiian sweet hamburger or hot dog rolls, 8-pack. Hot price, $5.49. Kraft barbecue sauces, 18-ounce bottle, only $2.39. Kraft shredded cheeses, 8-ounce bag, hot price, $3.49. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
The Department of Energy presents the LED Exchange Program. Starting May 1st, you can bring one incandescent bulb to participating retailers and exchange it for a cool, clean, efficient, and money-saving LED light bulb free of charge. Using one 60-watt incandescent bulb for 5 hours a day costs about $46 a year. Switching to an LED bulb will cost you only $6.90 per year. The LED Exchange Initiative will run as long as supplies last, so come and exchange your bulb today. For a list of participating retailers, visit www.gov.bm. Save energy and money by switching to an LED.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Tuesday, May the 14th. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us. There is no legislation in this country which dictates a person must retire at age 65. That information included in the report of the Labor Advisory Subcommittee set up to review the retirement age. Gary Moreno has been going through the report, the contents of which provide extensive support for increasing the entire retirement age.
The findings of the subcommittee indicate that public sector workers are the only ones required to retire at the age of 65. But that is the generally accepted retirement age in other areas, given that is when most workers agree to retire upon signing their employment contracts. However, more workers find it necessary to work beyond their retirement age, mainly because, put quite simply, they cannot afford to retire due to lack of financial preparedness. Bermuda, as you may have already heard, is faced with a significant aging problem which also impacts the working population. In fact, the 2016 census indicated almost half the population is over the age of 45. Further, the population aged 65 experienced a 23% increase between 2010 and 2016. The report stresses if this problem continues to go unaddressed, the financial burden on individuals, pension plans, and the Bermuda government will increase. According to the document, the current state of affairs poses significant solvency and sustainability challenges for the Contributory Pension Fund as well as the Public Service Superannuation Fund. What's more, inadequate income and lack of financial planning combine to create an increase in the number of individuals aged 65 and over who require government financial assistance. Figures show that in 2017, there was an average of 993 seniors receiving financial assistance, the total payout being in the region of $24 million. Elsewhere, figures contained in the last household expenditure report show that on average, a senior spends just under $650 per week or $33,600 per year on healthcare and housing. These amounts, though, exceed the average pension benefits seniors receive. Now, all that notwithstanding, while an increase in the retirement age would alleviate some of the burden, the subcommittee observed that raising the retirement age alone will not have the desired result in seniors remaining part of the workforce. Such an adjustment is more likely to increase the involvement of older workers when enacted with an increase to the Contributory Pension Fund, along with other policies to support older workers. But what of any possible impact that a change in the retirement age might have on younger workers? Well, the report from the subcommittee suggests there is very little evidence to support the view that increasing the retirement age will impact employment opportunities for younger workers. Why? Declining birth rates over the past few decades reduce the impact of younger worker displacement. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Age Concern is hoping the government considers amendments to the Human Rights Act when deliberating over new legislation on mandatory retirement age. Premier David Byrd announced in the House of Assembly that MPs will be gearing up to debate the possibility of extending retirement age past 65. However, the seniors advocacy charity sees an opportunity for robust reform on all age-related matters. Age Concern has long held the position that the Human Rights Act in Bermuda should include protections against age discrimination in the workplace. Executive Director Dr. Claudette Fleming says the government's proposed debate on the subject of mandatory retirement age is timely. It's their hope any potential legislative changes will extend to the Human Rights Act.
I don't know if the government will go as far as that, although that will be our ideal. Secondly, if the retirement age is extended, and from the government's point of view, because there is no mandatory or there's no legal statute that forces people to retire, but there is a practice, and particularly within the government, I believe under the act that is governing them, that retirement begins at 65. So by way of an example, if they were to address that within their own ranks, I think others in the community would follow.
Dr. Fleming, who sat on the Labor Advisory Subcommittee, said their report was comprehensive in its scope, taking into consideration the complexities of Bermuda's economy. However, Age Concern believes seniors ought to have the choice to work as a basic right.
The obvious financial reasons, but there are also the mental, physical, emotional reasons as well. Desire to remain in the marketplace as a viable contributor. And everyone should have that right. We don't live in a socialist country. Although we do have a social safety net, it is not as robust as perhaps we would like it to be. So by having the opportunity for people to work for as long as possible, then they get to be in the driver's seat of their own destiny.
The views of the employers were also represented in the subcommittee discussions, as Dr. Fleming believes extending retirement age has already shown to be mutually beneficial.
As it stands now, there are people that are engaging in work beyond 65. They've found ways to stay on as consultants, to negotiate special contracts, retirement contracts. So it is happening, and there must be a benefit if that is happening. And those stories would be good to share as well to allay any fears that employers may have on how such legislation may impact them.
Age Concern agrees a revised mandatory retirement age is a complex issue, as it raises concerns around the sustainability of pensions and questions on the number of readily available jobs for residents, regardless of their age. The political commentator David Sullivan has slammed the government over its plan for a living and minimum wage, claiming the proposals would exclude workers in the hospitality industry who also receive gratuities. During an interview with Tarai Trott on hot-button issues, Mr. Sullivan declared the government itself is not certain of what form a living and minimum wage would take.
Tarai, that's the most interesting question. I had the opportunity to review the first town hall meeting that was recently posted. And I kept looking for the pony inside of all the manure that was being tossed about, in the sense that there was something that was going to be positive here, there was something that was going to be said of value. I didn't really find that at all. I think most people who viewed that the same tape came up with the same decision. I think government itself is confused as to what it means by a living wage versus a minimum wage. I think government is being highly selective as to who that will apply to. The fact that they have conveniently left out the hotel workers of this country, and with regards to a revenue base in regarding taxation, as well as an establishment of what minimum wages should be within that industry, has come as great consternation to the Hotel Association, I'm sure to the hoteliers in general, and to other workers in the country that says, why does that get isolated to one side when in fact we're talking about all workers? Hotel workers, blue-collar workers, white-collar workers, international business workers, those who are in the service industry, retail, and so forth, all shop in the same supermarket, all buy at the similar gas stations, all buy the similar products that each and everyone else buys. So how would you be able to establish just one sector of the economy should be under a minimum wage, livable wage, where the other sector, which indeed is a majority sector of the country, is not even compensated for, or for that matter, even considered as part of the discussion.
And this just coming to hand, MP Rolf Komissiong saw this story air and tells us that Mr. Sullivan's remarks that the living wage would exclude hotel workers is, quote, categorically untrue. He adds the Wage Commission, quote, will determine all of those issues, including the statutory rates for employees that will be established, end quote. And we'll have more for you after this short break, including all the latest weather news. Stay with us.
Enjoy memorable moments brought to you by ZipX.
4K ready box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
Hey Smokey, let's get lunch from the Marketplace food court.
You know what? That sounds good.
They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up with all the good carbons.
And don't forget the special dishes from the islands.
It don't matter. No matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court.
Is CBD oil the answer to chronic illnesses and other health ailments? That question was answered today at a special public seminar on the advantages of CBD oil, which is the medical component extracted from the marijuana plant. Dozens of people turned out for the presentation organized by the People's Pharmacy, which is one of the local businesses selling CBD oil products. Tarai Trott brings us this story.
The popularity of CBD products has risen alongside the decriminalization of marijuana. Doctors and pharmacies are recommending it, and many people are self-prescribing it. People with MS, lupus, and arthritis are turning to products like CBD oil drops, gummy bears, and even CBD-infused lotion to help manage their pain, while some rub it on their feet for a night out in heels. The People's Pharmacy has been at the forefront of the CBD product craze. The company hosted a third public seminar on the benefits of CBD. The presentation was attended by a visiting CBD expert who helped to field questions from the audience. Tamara Richardson, the vice president for sales and operations at People's Pharmacy, co-hosted the presentations. She told us the CBD products have created a buzzword, and the company wanted to ensure its customers are informed.
And it's important to us that our customers make informed decisions. They don't just sort of jump on the bandwagon.
CBD may be derived from the cannabis plant, but it is not the same as the more well-known compound THC.
So CBD comes in many different forms. CBD is a compound found in the marijuana or hemp plant. I don't like to use the term marijuana because it's been vilified for so long. The hemp plant has many different compounds in it, THC being the one that's the most stigmatized because that is what makes you high and has this psychoactive component. CBD being the more medicinal compound that is now legal in Bermuda for pharmacies to carry and sell.
Sanika Stewart flew into the island for the seminars. She is with a company called Zimmer Global, which sells CBD products.
CBD is found in our body, and people might find that strange. There is a system in our body called the endocannabinoid system. They can research it, and that is why when you take the CBD medications, it works amazingly in your body or products, because as we age, CBD decreases in our body, and we just need to refuel our body with CBD for our daily health and wellness.
According to the Mayo Clinic, while CBD oil is regarded as effective for those suffering from seizures and other ailments, further research is needed, they say, to determine the other benefits of the substance. And while CBD is often well tolerated, it can cause side effects such as dry mouth, reduced appetite, drowsiness, and fatigue. So far, customers in Bermuda have welcomed CBD and are asking questions on its usefulness.
They have a lot of questions, and I find that if we are able to give them the answers and if we're able to speak with authority on the subject, then they are willing to try it out. There are many of us selling CBD in Bermuda. I always want to ensure that our customers understand dosage and the price per dose.
Due to popular demand, People's Pharmacy will be hosting a fourth public seminar on the benefits of CBD on Wednesday, May 15th at 6 p.m. Tarai Trott reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks to Ryan. To sign up for tomorrow evening's seminar on CBD, register online at people.bm. An extraordinary municipal election for the Corporation of St. George to fill the seat of Municipal Residence Councillor will be held on Thursday, June 20th at Penrose Wharf in St. George. This election is only for municipal residents of that municipality. Registration for this election will close on Friday, May 17th at 5 p.m. All election-related information can be found at elections.gov.bm or by phoning 293-VOTE. That's 293-8683. Just a tad bit of rainfall today, but I'm sure you'll agree our tanks needed that downpour. Let's see what's in store for us weather-wise for the rest of the week over at the AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and what a day it has been. We've had the heavy rain, we've had the gusty winds. I was actually just looking at some of the observations on the Bermuda Weather Service website, and we had a wind gust earlier this morning of 46 miles per hour. It's been extremely windy today and also very unsettled. The good news is that we have improving conditions once we get beyond tonight. So once we get into the next couple of days, things are looking a lot better. We do have lots of rain out there. Cold front making progress to the east here, and you can see all of the steady precipitation that has been in the area. And you can also see ahead of it, we've had winds coming in out of the south and west, so kind of giving that warm and humid flow. And again, we just have to wait. Things are going to get better here. Temperatures right now over the island sitting in the low 70s. So if you've been stuck inside today, there are improvements with sunshine and fair weather here to move back into the island. Your humidity right now around 85%, still on the windy side, or we'll call it breezy, however you want to classify it. Winds are out of the southwest, 15 to 20 knots. We'll gradually see those winds improving as we head into the overnight hours and also into tomorrow as well. We do have some weather alerts that we want to tell you about here. A small craft warning through this evening, and then also a thunderstorm advisory just this evening. And again, conditions will continue to improve as we go from here on out. So as we look at some of our tidal times, taking you into your low tide Wednesday morning at 12:08, and then our next high tide after that coming in at 6:20 tomorrow morning. So we do have a thunderstorm advisory out there. We could see a thunderstorm, couple of showers tonight. Temperatures staying in the upper 60s, and again a bit breezy out there for tonight. But look at tomorrow, improvements. Clouds will be giving way to some sunshine, so hopefully you can get outside and enjoy the nice warm temperatures. A high of 77, and then our low tomorrow night into Thursday morning in the mid 60s. So here we are with our futurecast. All of this heavy rain moving on out of the picture, and eventually we'll see some drier air kind of ushering in right behind this. So Wednesday looks good, also even into Thursday. Really not tracking any major disturbances here, at least for the next couple of days. So as we look at some of the Caribbean conditions right now, or your Caribbean outlook here in Jamaica, clouds and sunshine, upper 80s. Barbados also sitting in the upper 80s. Couple of showers, Barbados and Trinidad, although we're not seeing anything too significant out there for today. If you're doing any traveling, here's the outlook for tomorrow. Toronto, Canada, 63 degrees, mostly cloudy with some showers. Clouds and sunshine in New York City, 60 degrees in Boston. We are watching out for a couple of showers and thunderstorms into South Florida for Wednesday. Here's a look at the extended forecast. Again, better improvements here, or more improvements with our forecast. Temperatures generally staying near to slightly above normal. Looks like the next chance for rain might not be until early next week.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Thanks for staying with us. The Premier urgently needs to give an update on the infrastructure fund. What is it going to pay for, and how much has been paid in fees to the fund managers? So says OBA Senator Dwayne Robinson. According to Mr. Robinson, it is now a little over a year since the Premier announced the formation of the fund, which he was quoted as saying would provide jobs for Bermudians in the months and years to come. He adds David Byrd needs to outline what and how many jobs have been created in the months to come, and he needs to tell us how much has been paid to the fund managers, Fortress Bermuda Infrastructure Fund Advisors. Our understanding, he adds, is that the minimum management fee is $1 million a year. Has that been paid? What is the total that has been paid to Fortress Bermuda? The OBA looked at this fund but did not agree with the fee to be paid. He further asked, have any projects been sent to the fund for consideration? If so, what were they, and why were they not given the go-ahead? What is the return on an investment this fund expects? After all, he says this is not a gift, it's a loan. While we appreciate the good intent of those responsible for raising the capital for this fund, Mr. and Mrs. Bermuda should be told what the money is going to be spent on, when and on what, and they should be told how much government is paying in fees, end quote. Well, giving back on a global scale, that's what AXA XL was doing on Friday, and Gary Foster Skelton bore witness.
Giving back to the community. Easy to say, harder to do. But employees of AXA XL walked the walk on Friday and put their backs into the company's Global Day of Giving. Since the event was launched in 2006, AXA XL staff worldwide have performed more than 330,000 hours of community service. That figure rose again when Bermuda-based staff got stuck into tasks up and down the island.
Today we were cleaning out, weeding, cleaning off some of the walls. As you can see, some of them were helping out cleaning off some of the balls with their ball pool.
We had a couple tasks that we were given today. One was to clean out the shed, and one was to clear off all this landscaping and cut through these trees.
We started early this morning chopping onions and potatoes. It was a massive assembly line. After that, we went out and delivered food as well.
Meanwhile, their AXA XL colleagues in some 70 countries as far-flung as Australia, China and Singapore took on more than 300 diverse projects.
This is one of the major days in AXA's calendar. We really take pride in giving back in the community.
Everybody in each company throughout the world has a charitable job to do.
As the old adage goes, giving is truly the greatest gift.
Well, thanks, Gary. And still to come, Earl Basin will have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes.
Box, cloud DVR storage, more local channels on every device in your home. Get more with FiberWire TV.
You can count on us.
Sealer's Red Ripe Watermelons at $14.99 each. Fresh Purdue chicken thighs or drumsticks at $1.99 per pound. Poland Spring Water 24-pack bottles, hot price $10.99. Matchlight briquettes, 3.1 pound bag, hot price $7.99. Charmin Essential Strong Toilet Tissue, 1 roll, hot price 99 cents. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Now let's join Earl Basin with a look at tonight's sports report.
The Bermuda Cricket Board announced Cal Blankendow as the new CEO of cricket. Making the announcement this morning was the president of the Bermuda Cricket Board, Lloyd Smith.
On behalf of Bermuda Cricket Board and the cricket fraternity, I'd just like to make an official announcement of our new executive director that's replacing Neil Spike. Our new executive director is Cal Blankendow.
Blankendow will hit the ground running as the season has already begun, and he's looking forward to his new challenge.
My first order of business, having talked to the president and some of the executive members, is to first of all introduce myself to the cricket affiliates to ensure that the good governance which was done over the past 15 years by Mr. Neil Spate continues.
When pressed as to how he looks at his new position, Blankendow said,
"If you ask Cal Blankendow to build a Yorker to get down the wicket and hit a 6, no, but that's not the role of the executive director. If you ask Cal Blankendow to go out and liaison with sponsors, local government, international governing bodies, to deal with grassroots, parents, affiliates, and the media, that's the role of the new executive director. And to make sure that the association remains financially stable and manages the budget. That's Cal Blankendow. So if you want me to build a Yorker, no. But if you want me to make sure that cricket continues to improve and advance and stays the national sport of choice, along with soccer, that's Cal Blankendow."
President Smith believes the BCB got the right man for the post.
I'm saying it actually came down to a few choices into our last interviews, and we just chose on what we heard from those last interviews who was our number one choice, and Cal was our number one choice.
Sailors at the 2019 Finn Open European Championships in Athens, including Bermuda's Raquel Evans, will have to wait another day before racing can commence after a long day waiting on shore with no racing possible in very light and unstable winds. Delray Rollins and his Sussex Seconds teammates picked up a 5-wicket victory over MCC Young Cricketers in their second 11 Trophy South Group match at the Dennis Compton Oval. Batting first, MCC Young Cricketers would score 280 for 7 in their allotted 50 overs. Rollins would lead the Sussex bowling attack, returning figures of 10 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 44. In reply, Sussex would score 281 for 5. Rollins would score 27 from 32 balls, hitting 4 fours in his 46-minute stay at the crease. Meanwhile, the opening weekend of the Bermuda Cricket Board's Premier and First Division cricket produced a total of 3,285 runs over 10 matches. The highest score of the weekend for a team was 330 for 6. Southampton Rangers put on the board against Flats Victoria. Southampton Rangers would also put 319 on the board against Cleveland County. Oronde Bascom from the St. George's Cricket Club was the top scorer with a knock of 126 against Cleveland County. Trey Manders from Southampton Rangers would score 110 against Flats Victoria, and Terran Frey from Bailey's Bay would score 105 against Flats Victoria. With figures of 9.5 overs, 2 maidens, 6 for 19, Derek Brangman from Bailey's Bay led the bowling attack, while Joshua Gilbert from Somerset Bridge had the second best figures of 9 overs, 4 maidens, 5 for 12. Kawesi James from Willacott had figures of 8.1 overs, 1 maiden, 5 for 16, and his teammate Kamal Bashir had figures of 7 overs, 5 for 16. Connor White competed in the Rochester Twilight Criterium. White competing in the Pro Men's 1 field that featured many professional teams and strong amateur teams competing in the race. White managed to cross the line in a time of 1 hour, 41 minutes and 20 seconds. He finished 4 seconds behind winner Robert Soroka, who was clocked in at 1:41.16. White's time would see him finish 18th in the division out of 69 competitors. Norrie Scott and his Harriers under-23 teammates sealed a superb first season in competitive league action with a victory over Bedworth United in the Total Motion Midland Football League under-21 playoff final. Inchene Smith represented Victoria Christian Centre Women's Track and Field during the Metroline Christian Track Meet number 1. Smith would win the women's varsity 100-meter race, clocking a time of 13:15. She would also win the women's varsity 200-meter race, clocking a time of 27:48. Smith would run the anchor leg for the Victory Christian Centre's winning women's varsity 4x100-meter relay team that was clocked at 52:41. The ladies were well represented at prize-giving ceremonies during the first day of the CSI International Horse Jumping event, both in the Big Tour and the Medium Tour. Bermuda Olympian Jillian Teixeira won the Big Tour Table A in 2 phases class with a round that was over 3 seconds faster than all her competition with Iluna Di Quintero. Teixeira would also pick up a win in the 1.35-meter class on the same horse. Kaylin Peters has been selected to play in the Philadelphia All-City Classic basketball game. The high school showcase, designed to highlight the region's best basketball talent, pits public league boys and girls against non-public players or city players against suburban players. Braxton Stowe and his University of St. Louis men's baseball teammates completed the sweep over George Mason, defeating the Patriots 16-2. Stowe had 4 at-bats, scoring 1 run. He would also walk once and strike out. Stowe was left on base 3 times and had 11 putouts. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Surface Trends has been serving Bermuda for over 25 years, supplying and installing tile and natural stone. We have a large in-stock selection of beautiful porcelain wood planking, including our exclusive Bermuda cedar tile. You will also find Bermuda's best in-stock selection of countertops, including natural granites, exotic quartzites, and silestone engineered quartz in all the newest colors. Our team will be happy to help you. Stop by our showroom at 17 Serpentine Road or give us a call at 295-8005.
Every home tells a story. Your story is all yours.
Big kid, too cool. I make my own rules.
Wherever you live, whatever your style, express yourself.
My style says what's up. Don't wanna ever grow up.
So many styles to help tell your story and create your unique dream home.
We're gonna stand out, break away from the crowd.
Start shopping for furniture at U.S. prices today. Lifestyle Furniture is Bermuda's newest furniture store and is proud to be the home of the #1 furniture company in the world, Ashley Furniture. Visit lifestylefurniture.bm or stop by our showrooms today. Lifestyle Furniture, this is home.
I'm Tony Waterman. Coming up on The Breakdown this week, Bermuda is set to be removed from the EU's list of non-cooperative tax jurisdictions, but it's not exactly in the clear. And one expert I spoke to said the EU list could just be the tip of the iceberg. Plus, a real estate agent looking to save sellers 60% in commission costs, but it's raising red flags for some. That's Thursday at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9.
And that's our program for this evening. We'll be back again tomorrow at the same time. Hope to see you then. I'm Jasmine Patterson. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.